Ang boto ko ay no, lalo na dahil inuuna natin ang kaso niya kaysa sa mga mas seryosong isyong kinakaharap ng isa sa mga kasamahan natin. Isang kapwa kong Batanggenyo na nandito ngayon na bumoto sa kaso ni Congressman Barzaga. Hindi ba nakakahiya maging miyembro ng Kongreso dahil parang naging normal na meron tayong isang kasamahan na inakusahan na nagbayad para sa mahigit 100 billion pesos ng mga kontrata sa DPWH?
Ano po ba ang mas mabigat na kasalanan? Ang magmiyaw o ang magnakaw?
Whatever punishment may fall upon me and others who stand against this president who has lost his constitutional mandate of serving the people is inconsequential in relation to the amounts of lives and future.
Yan ho sila dyan sa House of Representatives. Pagka binabanatan na yung mastermind, nagpo-point of order. Hindi pwedeng banatan si Marcos Jr. Suspendido itong ating congressman dyan sa House of Representatives. Ilinabas na ho ng Committee on Ethics ang kanilang hatol kaugnay doon sa ethics complaint na isinampa dito kay Congressman Kiko Barzaga dyan sa House of Representatives. Pero bago yan, isang like at isang subscribe. Masaya na ho tayo dyan at sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community, yung join button nandyan lang ho sa baba. Wala ho tayong maraming pag-uusapan dito sa video na to. Re-recta ho kagad tayo dito sa kamag-anak siguro ni Abalos ito. Siya ho ang bumasa sa hatol laban dito kay Congressman Kiko Barzaga. Ang problema lang kasi dito kay Congressman Kiko Barzaga, hindi marunong makisama eh. No, hindi siya marunong makisama doon sa mga magnanakaw. Hindi siya marunong makisama doon sa mga proponent. Yan ang problema kay Congressman Kiko Barzaga. Hindi ka kasi marunong magnakaw. Pero kung marunong kang magnakaw, marunong kang makisama sa mga proponent, marunong kang mag-insert, anak ng tokwa, sigurado, hindi ka masususpinde dyan sa House of Representatives. Pinagtulong-tulungan yung isang congressman na kung saan naging boses ng sambayanan sa mga nakalipas na panahon. Rekta na ho tayo dito sa mga kabalbalan dyan sa House of Representatives. Para sa mga taga Cavite, para sa mga taga Cavite, sa mga constituent nitong si Congressman Kiko Barzaga, alam ko, masasaktan kayo dito sa balita na to. Pero alam nyo na kung paano babawian yung mga siraulo ng mga congressman dyan sa House of Representatives. Yung siraulong mga matataas na opisyal ngayon sa ating bansa. Sa 2028 election, alam nyo na ho gagawin. Huwag iboto ang mga adik at siraulo. Ito na ho, rekta ho tayo dito.
Privileges upon a unanimous vote of all members present. There being quorum, acquired jurisdiction over the verified complaint docketed as committee case number 3, entitled Representative Ronaldo V. Puno et al. Versus Representative Francisco Kiko A. Barzaga of the 4th District of Cavite for violation of Section 141A, Rule 20 of the Rules of House of Representatives on the Code of Conduct, Section 4C of...
Yan o, si Congressman J.C. Abalos. Kamag-anak ko siguro nito ni, anak ba ito ni Benhur Abalos? Ito ba yung anak ni Benhur Abalos? Kapatid, kung ano man to ni Benhur Abalos, siya ho ang may awak ng Ethics Committee. O ito na ho ang hatol niya dito kay Congressman Kiko Barzaga. Pagka ikaw hindi marunong magnakaw, hindi marunong mag-insert, hindi kaibigan ng mga proponent, at hindi ka malapit sa Malacanang, malamang sa malamang, masususpindi ka dyan sa House of Representatives.
Of Republic Act 6713 or the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees, Article 142 of the Revised Penal Code, and conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service. It likewise determined the sufficiency in form and content of the sworn complaint. Hence, pursuant to Section 2E, Rule 1 of the Rules of Procedure of the Committee, the committee has considered the sworn complaint and the committee...
Dami nilang rules, no? Ang dami nilang rules. Isang rules lang ang wala sila. Bawal magnakaw.
Has the honor to inform the House of its findings and recommendations. Mr. Speaker, the Committee on Ethics and Privileges Secretariat received on September 17, 2025, a verified complaint dated September 16, 2025 against Representative Francisco Kiko A. Barzaga of the 4th District of Cavite for alleged violation of Section 141A of the Rules of the House, Republic Act 6713, otherwise known as the Code of Conduct, Section 142 of the Revised Penal Code, and conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service. The complaint has 25 pages.
Buhay pa pala si Kong Hun. Ba't nangayaya yan si Kong Hun? Nai-stress ka na ba? Anong nangyari dyan kay Kong Hun? Ba't nagmukhang kalansay na yan?
including the verification and a certification of non-forum shopping. It was signed and filed by 29 complainants, namely Representatives Ronaldo V. Puno, Jeffrey P. Ferrer, Ronaldo M. Valeriano, Brian S. Yamsuan, Nico Raul S. Daza, Christopher Sheen P. Gonzalez, Augustina Dominic C. Pancho, John Gesnil L. Yap II, Rosalie A. Salvame, Alexandria P. Gonzalez, Antonio A. Ferrer, Sun J. Shimura, Alfredo D. Marañon III, Lawrence R. Defensor, Dimsar M.
Pagka ba naman hindi kayo nag-unanimous dyan sa pagboto na yan, nasuspendin itong si Congress Miao, wala na. Baka pati kayo masuspendido din. Katakot nyo na lang kay Martin Romualdez.
Sally, Miguel Luis R. Villafuerte, Vicencio Renato Luigi R. Villafuerte, Franz S. Pumaren, Karen Hope Flores Garcia, Maria Angela S. Garcia, Antolin A. Oreta III, Carlos A. Loria, Crispin Diego D. Remulla, Romeo M. Acop, Alfelito M. Bascug, Jerry Evangelista Perez, Adrian J. C. Advincula, Eddie Bong G. Plaza, and Jennifer Karen A. Lagbas. These all 29 complainants are members coming from the National Unity Party, a registered political party in the Philippines. The complaint alleged that on 11 and 12 of September 2025, respondent violated and continued to violate, by means of his official social media platforms, the established standards of conduct for members of House of Representatives. The respondent posted statements on his verified Facebook pages, Congressman Kiko Barsaga and Kiko Barsaga Official, scurrilous attacks against government institutions and officials, which constitutes conduct unbecoming of a member of Congress.
Yun, unbecoming yun. Yung attack, yung pagbatigo sa pamahalaan, unbecoming yun. Pero yung pagnanakaw, yan ang number one dyan sa House of Representatives. Pagka ikaw magaling na proponent, magaling mag-insert at magaling makiusap kay Marcos Jr., hindi ka masisibak dyan. Pero ikaw, pagka nagsalita ka, kaugnay sa mga nangyayaring nakawan sa pamahalaan, unbecoming. Pero pagka ikaw nagnanakaw, alakpakan sila dyan.
The complainants alleged that these social media posts in his verified Facebook pages contain language and imagery that employ derogatory and inflammatory rhetoric against government institutions, use vulgar and inappropriate language unbefitting a public official, promote divisiveness and undermine public confidence in government, and violate standards of decorum.
Kapal naman na mukha nyo, nagnanakaw na nga kayo dyan sa House of Representatives. Gusto nyo yung confidence ng tao, nasa inyo pa? Lahat na lang sa inyo na. Anak ng toko, wala na nga kayong ginawa dyan kung hindi puro nakawan. No, budget, nakawan. Implementation, nakawan. Hindi ko sinasabi yan si JC Abalos ha. Sinasabi ko yung mga kasama nyo dyan. Linawin natin, hindi yan si JC Abalos. Yung institution na yan, naging pugad ng nakawan. Unbecoming, anak ng Petrang Garapata. Si Raulo ka ba, Brad?
Expected of members of Congress. Screenshots of the said posts constituting 24 pictures found in said social media pages were included as annexes by the complainants in their verified complaint, which later marked as their exhibits. Complainants admitted that while some of the posts were posted prior to Representative Barsaga's assumption as a House member.
So pagka naging congressman ka na, kahit na ano pong makita mong pagnanakaw sa pamahalaan, di ka na pwedeng magsalita. Ganun ba yon? So yung pagiging boses mo ng iyong mga constituent dyan sa bulwagan na yan, kung sakaling sinasabi ng mga nasasakupan mo, Congressman, please, maging boses ka namin dyan sa House of Representatives. Punahin mo ang mga nangyayaring nakawan sa pamahalaan. Bawal yon, ganon. Unbecoming sa isang congressman. Sira ulo pala kayo
The crude and considerably lewd pictures remain posted and publicly visible despite his election as a district representative, which now bear the congressional title Congressman Kiko Barsaga. Complainants alleged that by allowing the pictures and what it depicts to remain public on his social media accounts, Representative Barsaga effectively republished the materials as part of his current conduct as a House member in the present Congress. The public posts have been reshared multiple times.
Magkano kaya bayad dito sa mga to, no? Magkano kaya bayad dito sa mga taga-Committee on Ethics na to? Sweldo! Magkano sweldo nila?
Placing the government...
Wala bang may insertion sa inyo dyan? Wala bang proponent sa inyo dyan? Anak ng toko. Yung mga walang insertion at hindi proponent, hindi nagnakaw, sila nasususpende. Pero yung mga nagnanakaw, mga proponent, ayun, nagpapakasasa.
And its officials in ridicule and
Labo.
rendered them objects of public mockery.
Labo.
The complainants alleged further that the totality of the conduct of Representative Barsaga constitute 4 causes of action. Number 1, violation of Section 141A, Rule 20 of the House Rules. 2, violation of Section 4C of Republic Act 6713, otherwise known as the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards of Public Officials and Employees. 3, violation of Article 142 of the Revised Penal Code.
Ang dami nilang Code of Ethics, no? Well, hindi lang kasama dun sa Code of Ethics nila, bawal ang magnakaw. Hindi ko talaga nila sinama yon. Kasi yun talaga gagawin nila dyan sa House of Representatives kung hindi magnakaw na magnakaw. Yung mga proponent, yung mga nag-insert, hindi naman lahat. Merong mababait na congressman dyan, merong matitinong congressman. Nandyan nga si Congress Miao eh. Hindi natin linalahat. Nandiyan si Congressman Paulo Duterte, Paulo Marcoleta, Congressman Ungab. Maraming matitino dyan, pero karamihan magnanakaw.
And 4, conduct unbecoming of a member of the House and prejudicial to the best interest of the service. Complainants sought that
Ano ba yung best interest of the service? Makapag-insert, makakuha ng proyekto, kasi congressman, contractor, ganon. Yun ba yung interest of the service? Dapat makapag-insert na sandamukal sa budget. Makuha yung mga tag dito, mga proyekto sa pamahalaan.
committee find Representative Barsaga guilty of violating Rule 20
Nako.
of the House Rules of House of
Pinagtulungan pa si
Representatives
Congressman,
and
oh.
Republic Act 67.
Sa maliit na kaparaanan, i-share nyo itong video na to sa pagpapakita ng suporta dito kay Congress Miao. Ha? I-share ho natin itong video. Ginawan ko na ho na reaction video para mapakita ho natin kung gaano kasi sira ulo yung mga polisiya nila dyan sa House of Representatives. Okay lang magnakaw. Basta wag mo lang batikusin ang administrasyon.
13 and impose upon him appropriate sanctions as may be provided by law and the House rules. Complainants likewise sought that the committee direct the respondent to refrain from similar conduct in the future.
Oh, so lahat ng mga sa susunod na panahon, di na siya pwedeng magsalita, ganon. Ang kapal naman ang mukha nyo dyan. O so, ano na lang kayo dyan, isa kayong grupo na kung saan tahimik kayo, sabay kunyari nagbabantay sa kaban ng sambayanan pero sumasalakay pag wala nang nakatingin, ganon. Ikaw naman, Congressman J.C. Avalos, yung sinasabi magnanakaw ka ha, pero marami ka dyan kasama.
Mr. Speaker, on October 7, 2025, Respondent Representative Barsaga filed his answer to the verified complaint. Respondent denied all allegations and sought the dismissal of the complaint. His core defense is that the questioned Facebook posts constitute protected political speech made in good faith as part of legitimate public discourse. He further contended that the posts merely constitute expressions of opinion of matters of public concern that is protected under Article 3, Section 4 of the 1987 Constitution and are part of the legitimate exercise of a legislator's oversight and representative functions. He argued that none of the cited acts rise to the level of ethical misconduct, sedition, or conduct unbecoming of a House member or even prejudicial to the best interest of the service. He further stated that there is no substantial evidence to support the allegations which are mere mischaracterization of the respondent's action. Committee deliberations, determination of jurisdiction, and substantial compliance with form and content of the complaint. Mr. Speaker, in an executive session on September 29, 2025, the committee held its initial deliberation on the sworn complaint and, by a unanimous vote of all the members present, the committee acquired jurisdiction over the subject matter and determined that the sworn complaint substantially complied with the requirements of Section 24 on form and content of a sworn complaint. Thereafter, the committee sent a transmittal notice containing the formal charges to Representative Barsaga, furnishing him a copy of the sworn complaint and the committee rules of procedure. The committee directed respondent to file his response within 10 calendar days from receipt thereof, furnishing copies to the complainants. Initial review and attempt at conciliation. Mr. Speaker, During the conduct of the initial review on the case during the second regular meeting of the committee on October 13, complainant Deputy Speaker Puno on behalf of the other 29 complainants presented their case before the committee, citing the case hinges on 4 causes of action and that the evidence for the causes presented were already included in the complaint. On the part of the respondent, Barsaga, his counsel, Attorney Villa, stated that the respondent will not be making any more statement other than those mentioned in the respondent's answer. The respondent came in late during this meeting and was able to arrive only after his case. Thereafter, the committee decided to create a subcommittee on conciliation composed of 5 members, 3 from the majority and 2 members from the minority, namely Representative Domogan as presiding officer, chairperson, Representative Tanwatco, Representative Garcia. For the minority, Representative Chel Jokno, and Senior Deputy Minority Leader Egay Arise. In the special meeting of the Committee on Ethics held on November 19, 2025, Representative Domogan, the presiding officer of the Subcommittee on Conciliation, reported that only the complainants submitted their manifestation of unwillingness to undergo conciliation. On the other hand, respondent did not submit any written manifestation and instead verbally relayed his unwillingness to enter into conciliation. During the meeting, the respondent did not further comment on the matter. Instead, when approached by the members, respondent signified his unwillingness. Representative Domogan then considered the conciliation terminated and closed. Thus, the committee terminated the conciliation proceeding and decided to continue with the initial review of the case. During the deliberation, the pleadings submitted were considered pieces of evidence on record by the parties as follows. For the complainants, verified complaint of the complainants dated September 16, 2025, including 24 annexes. Number 2, complainant's reply to respondent's answer dated October 6, 2025. Number 3, manifestation dated November 6, 2025. For the respondent, he provided an answer to the verified complaint dated October 6, 2025 with 1 annex. There being no additional submissions from the parties, the committee terminated the initial review on the case and decided to proceed with the formal adjudicatory hearing on the alleged improper conduct or violation committed by the respondent on the basis of Section 31A, Paragraph 3, Rule 6 of the committee rules, which provides that further committee action is appropriate because the alleged improper conduct or violation is within the jurisdiction of the committee, and there is reason to believe that the alleged improper conduct or violation may have occurred. The committee set the formal adjudicatory hearing on November 24, 2025, where the chairperson directed the parties to submit to the committee the documents enumerated in Section 40B of the committee rules on or before the scheduled adjudicatory hearing. The parties were notified of the schedule in open hearing. Mr. Speaker, the committee conducted the adjudicatory hearing on November 24. Present during the hearing were complainant representatives Daza, Pumaren, Perez, Valeriano, Remulla, Lagbas, Ferrer, Oreta III, Loria, and counsels Attorney Lobo and Attorney Lo. However, both respondent Representative Barsaga and his counsel were not present and instead filed an urgent motion for postponement only minutes prior to the hearing. The motion for postponement was denied by the committee after due deliberations. In addition, the chairperson, pursuant to Section 40F of the committee rules, ruled to deny the motion of Representative Barsaga in his manifestation and motion dated November 20, 2025, to call Representative Advincula as one of the complainants as his witness on the ground of irrelevancy to the subject matter of the case. Upon the commencement of the formal hearing, complainants, through counsel Attorney Lobo, manifested that they will not be submitting additional evidence for the complainants and will adopt the verified complaint, reply, and manifestation as their exhibits. The complainant had their exhibits marked accordingly as follows. Exhibit A, verified complaint dated September 16, 2025. Exhibits A1 to A24, social media posts of Representative Barsaga with their respective links. Exhibit B, reply to respondent's answer dated October 6, 2025. Exhibit C, manifestation dated November 6, 2025. Mr. Speaker, the committee resolved to set the continuation of the adjudicatory hearing on the case Wednesday, November 26, 2025, with notice to respondent Barsaga that he should personally appear with or without counsel, with stern warning that failure to appear will result to a waiver of his right to cross-examine the complainants and for the committee to have its final determination under Section 41, Rule 7 of the Committee Rules of Procedure. Thereafter, Mr. Speaker, the chairperson issued an order directing both parties and their respective counsels to be present in the continuation of the adjudicatory hearing set on November 26. On November 26, the committee continued its adjudicatory hearing on the case through special meeting. Complainant Representatives Valeriano, Daza, Oreta III, and their counsels, Attorneys Lobo and Marasigan, and the respondent, Representative Barsaga, and his counsel, Attorney Villa, were present. The committee approved the prayer of the manifestation and motion of the complainants to limit the number of their witnesses to be presented for cross-examination by the respondent to Rep. Daza and Valeriano. The complainants presented each of the 24 subject social media posts alleged in the complaint and explained to which particular causes of action each post pertained. Respondent Barsaga and his counsel conducted the cross-examination to witness Representative Daza. However, since both respondent and his counsel have been conducting cross-examination alternatively, upon motion by Representative Jokno, duly seconded, the committee decided that only the counsel of Representative Barsaga should conduct the cross-examination of Representative Valeriano. The complainants waived their right to conduct redirect examination, and instead, both parties were given their respective final statements, after which Representatives De Lima, Acosta, Abalos, Abante, and Guerin propounded clarificatory questions directly to respondent Representative Barsaga. The committee then terminated the formal adjudicatory hearing. After exhaustive deliberation on the matter, and with the adjudicatory hearing having been terminated, upon a unanimous vote of all the members present, there being a quorum, the committee has concluded that a violation of law, rule, or regulation of the House relating to the conduct of the House member within the jurisdiction of the committee has occurred. The committee found that there is substantial evidence and that the violation has been proven, warranting imposition of one of the disciplinary actions listed in paragraph B of section 52, pursuant to section 41, rule 7 of the committee rules. On December 1, 2025, Mr. Speaker, the committee in executive session unanimously approved the draft committee report containing its exhaustive report on the deliberations conducted, its findings and conclusions on the arguments raised by both parties, and its recommendations to the House of Representatives with amendments subject to form and style. Mr. Speaker, the sole issue to be resolved is whether or not Representative Kiko Barsaga committed any acts of misconduct that constitutes disorderly behavior which may reflect upon the House of Representatives when he posted, retained, and failed to remove the subject social media posts in his Facebook accounts. Mr. Speaker, the committee is bereft of jurisdiction to determine criminal culpability under Article 142 of the Revised Penal Code inciting to sedition. In Article 142 inciting to sedition, the penalty of prison correctional in its maximum period and a fine of not exceeding 2,000 pesos shall be imposed upon any person who, without taking any direct part in the crime of sedition, should incite others to the accomplishment of any of the acts which constitute sedition by means of speeches, proclamations, writings, emblems, cartoons, banners, or other representations tending to the same end. In their complaint, Mr. Speaker, complainants admitted that while they are not filing a criminal complaint, the sedition-like character of subject social media posts invites dissatisfaction and arguably stokes violence and uprising, weakens the confidence of the public in lawful authorities, and aggravates the misconduct complained of. Such posts contain scurrilous libels against the government and may incite disaffection of the public and may erode loyalty to lawful authorities. Additionally, Mr. Speaker, the language used equates the government to authoritarianism or dictatorship, which can undermine public confidence. For his part, Mr. Speaker, respondent argued that Article 142 do not constitute seditious behavior, nor do they evince any intent to undermine lawful authority. On the contrary, respondent stated that the posts were made in good faith and in the legitimate exercise of his duty as a public official, being a legislator to promote transparency, accountability, and civic awareness. He added that far from inciting discontent, the posts actually encourage informed discourse and responsible citizenship. Mr. Speaker, the committee resolves not to belabor discussion on this matter, since the committee, being an administrative body, is bereft of jurisdiction to determine possible criminal culpability, if any, of the respondent on the statements posted in his social media accounts. Allegations of inciting to sedition should be proven beyond reasonable doubt in an appropriate judicial proceeding. Nonetheless, Mr. Speaker, this committee is firm that while the acts alleged may be denominated as criminal offenses, the committee is not divested of its duty under the Constitution and the rules of the House of Representatives to recommend disciplinary action if the acts likewise constitute misconduct, disorderly behavior, or violation of the House rules. This is especially true if the misconduct reflects upon the dignity, integrity, and reputation of the House of Representatives. Mr. Speaker, the House of Representatives has the power to discipline its members. The Constitution provides the power of the House of Representatives to contempt of its authority, as well as the power to suspend or expel a member for any cause which renders a member unfit to continue to occupy one of its seats. Section 16, paragraph 3, article 6 of the 1987 Constitution provides, each House may determine the rules of proceedings, punish its members for disorderly behavior, and, with the concurrence of 2/3 of all its members, suspend or expel a member. A penalty of suspension when imposed shall not exceed 60 days. Mr. Speaker, the power to discipline is a power of protection, and the Legislative House is given the power to protect itself by the punishment of a member, according to one of the works of Hector de Leon, citing Cooley's A Treatise on Constitutional Limitations, a member who may be physically, mentally, or morally wholly unfit. He may be affected with a contagious disease, or insane, or noisy, violent, and disorderly, or in the habit of using profane, obscene, and abusive language. Mr. Speaker, Sections 141 and 142 of Rule 20 of Rules of the House of Representatives and the 20th Congress implement this legislative power of discipline. While there are express constitutional limitations on the power to discipline, namely, number 1, the only ground under which the House may discipline a member is for disorderly behavior. Number 2, the House may impose the penalty of suspension or expulsion only with concurrence of 2/3 of all its members. And 3, the penalty of suspension when imposed shall not exceed the period of 60 days. These limitations refer to the manner of exercise of the power to discipline. Mr. Speaker, there is no qualification in the constitutional legislative power to discipline that disorderly behavior must be related to official conduct or must be committed within the halls of Congress or in pursuance of legislative functions or in the course of legislative proceedings or activities. Mr. Speaker, the House of Representatives is the sole judge of what constitutes disorderly behavior. It is settled that the House of Representatives is the sole judge of what constitutes disorderly behavior, not only because the Constitution has conferred jurisdiction upon it, but also because the matter depends mainly on factual circumstances of which the House is in better position to determine, and for which cannot be depicted by black and white for presentation to and adjudication by the courts. What constitutes disorderly behavior as a ground for disciplinary action is concededly beyond the reach of the courts. While the Constitution is not explicit as to what constitutes disorderly behavior, jurisprudence dictates that the same is left at the sound discretion of the legislative body. In the case of Osmeña versus Pendatum, the High Court ruled that while parliamentary immunity guarantees the legislator complete freedom of expression without fear of being made responsible in criminal or civil actions before the courts or any other forum outside the congressional hall, however, it does not protect him from responsibility before the legislative body itself whenever his words and conduct are considered by the latter disorderly or unbecoming a member thereof. Respondent violated Section 141A, Rule 20, Code of Conduct of the Rules of the House of Representatives. Mr. Speaker, complainants alleged that respondents' act of posting disparaging content against the government and its institutions in a public sphere brings disrepute not only upon the respondent himself, but also to the entire institution. Complainants alleged the offensive posts constitute public misconduct, not private speech, because these were made through his official social media Facebook pages, and that the subject posts drag the House in disrepute, tarnish the institution's reputation, and undermine.
Meron mo ba matatarnish sa reputation mo? Hoy, Abalos! Meron mo ba matatarnish sa reputation ng House of Representatives? Pagkakakilanlan sa inyo na sambahin ng Pilipino, eh mga magnanakaw kayo dyan. Hindi ka naman kasama. Karamihan sa inyo dyan, eh mga magnanakaw.
Undermine public trust. His continued publication of lewd and inflammatory content under the social media Facebook account Congressman Kiko Barsaga is a continuing ethical breach. Respondent, on the other hand, Mr. Speaker, alleged that Section 141 Rule 20 of the House Rules provides a general ethical guideline and is inherently subjective and must be interpreted in light of the constitutional guarantee of free speech under Article 2, Section 4 of the 1987 Constitution. He argued that the posts are not part of legitimate exercise of a legislator's oversight and representative functions. He added that there is no indication that the statements made online were made with malice, nor is there evidence that they were false or made with reckless disregard for the truth. Mere criticism of government or its institutions, even if harsh, does not automatically equate to conduct that reflects discredit on the House, absent clear proof of bad faith or intent to undermine the institution. Mr. Speaker, respondent repeatedly raised that the subject social media posts are made in exercise of his right to free speech and constitute expressions of opinion on matters of public concern. Freedom of speech and expression is not absolute and cannot be invoked in a proceeding before the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, whose jurisdiction is to scrutinize a member's conduct, especially so that the tool being used is by the nature of cyber communications like social media posts and Facebook, which has particularity on its speedy and wide-scale character. It is not a license, Mr. Speaker, to harm or defame others or to violate other rights. Mr. Speaker, if every member would invoke their right to free speech in every instance where an improper conduct is being investigated, there would be no instance when a member can ever be held accountable or liable. Although members of the House of Representatives are given a wide latitude in expressing their views on matters of public concern, they remain responsible to the House whenever they go beyond the threshold of conduct that is befitting for a congressman. Intemperate, distasteful, and incendiary language or conduct, even those uttered or committed outside the halls of Congress that tend to reflect discredit on the House and undermine its integrity, are subject to the disciplinary authority of the committee and the House of Representatives. Section 141A, Rule 20 of the House of Representatives Rules. Section 141, Code of Conduct. There is hereby established in the House the following Code of Conduct. A member shall act at all times in a manner that shall reflect creditably on the House. Section 141A obliges each member of the House of Representatives.
Ako nang toko, ang daming sinabi nitong si Abalos. To make the story short, punta na ho tayo doon sa mga punto de vista nitong si Congressman Kiko Barzaga. Ito talagang Abalos na to. Oo. Ito na ata yung bahagi na hahatulan na itong si Congressman Barzaga.
Whether the social media posts by Representative Barzaga constitute disorderly behavior, this committee had to look whether these social media posts reflect positively on the image of the House of Representatives and its members. The statements reflect the dignity of his office as a representative of the people and his constituencies in Cavite, and the statements and social media posts reflect the values of the House of Representatives as an institution. The committee likewise took note of the statement of the Philippine Commission on Women condemning the scandalous behavior of the respondent and his disrespect of women's dignity. Ultimately, Mr. Speaker, based on these standards of conduct, the committee finds the social media posts in Facebook to be appropriated and unbefitting of a House member. Respondent's reckless, offensive, and irresponsible use of his social media platform tarnishes the name, integrity, and reputation of the House of Representatives. His deliberate choice to retain certain lewd, unprofessional, and inappropriate photos clearly shows bad faith. Respondent's conduct simply does not reflect the kind of principles and ideals the public expects of a public official, particularly a member of the House of Representatives. Mr. Speaker, after a thorough deliberation on the case, the committee finds that the actions of Rep. Barzaga in posting incendiary social media content through his Facebook accounts and in retaining and failing to remove publicly viewable, inappropriate, and indecent photos to be unparliamentary and unbecoming of a House member.
Pag kasi kung ikaw ay congressman, mahilig kang mag-chicks, hindi pwedeng nakapost yan. Dapat ikabit mo lang. Sustentuhan mo lang. Itong si Congressman Barzaga, kadate niya lang naman. Mas okay naman ho yan kaysa yung ibinabahay pa. May asawa na tapos ibinabahay pa. Di kagaya ng iba mga congressman dyan.
Taken in their entirety, the actions of Rep. Barzaga bring contempt, discredit, and disrepute to the name of the House of Representatives. His actions reflected negatively upon the dignity, integrity, and reputation of the House of Representatives as an institution of the members of the House individually and collectively. Consequently, the committee finds respondent Representative Kiko Barsaga of the 4th District of Cavite guilty of disorderly behavior by violating Section 141A Rule 20 of the Rules of House of Representatives, 4C of RA 6713, or the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees, and by engaging conduct unbecoming of a member of the House, and recommends the imposition of the penalty of 60 days suspension from office without the benefit of salaries and allowances during the period of suspension, with a stern warning that repetition of similar misconduct will result to a more severe disciplinary action. In addition, Mr. Speaker, the committee recommends that the respondent Barsaga
Yan.
be directed to remove all
Nako.
24 social media posts subject of this case within 24 hours from adoption of this report in the plenary. Mr. Speaker, let this be a reminder to all the members of the House of Representatives that as trustees of the people, we are expected to conduct ourselves in a manner that would reflect the dignity of our position in society.
Dignity daw ng kanilang position. Ha? Sa society. Anak ng tawa yung dignity niyo. Nandun sa ano. Nasaan nga kasi to si Tomboy na saldi ko na to. Yung dignity nyo nasa na? Nasa Portugal yung dignity nyo. Mga walang niya kayo. Dignity pinagsasabi.
And in public service. Let us be more circumspect in our acts and words and be mindful of the high standards of propriety required of us as legislators. Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker.
Ayun, ito na tayo kay Congress Meow na tayo, Congress Meow. Napagod si Abalos.
Majority Leader.
Napagod si Abalos.
Mr. Speaker, I now move to
Ito,
adopt
ito.
the findings and recommendations
Sino naman to?
contained in Committee Report number 28.
Talaga naman mga congresswoman tsaka congressman, dinadaan tayo sa forma nitong mga to.
And pursuant to
Oh.
our rules, direct that the Secretary General to read the title of the said measure and their
Hindi, kay Congressman Meow na tayo. Walang kwenta tong mga to. Walang patayan ng mic, ha? Game.
Honorable Kiko Barsaga is hereby recognized.
Okay, testing. I wholeheartedly accept the
Rockstar
decision of the
talaga
committee,
to.
but I maintain my stance that President Marcos must be held accountable for his crimes. Too many people have died and too much money was plundered from the Filipino people for us to stand down now. Whatever punishment may fall upon me and others who stand against this president who has lost his constitutional mandate of serving the
Mr.
people is
Speaker,
inconsequential
point of
in
order.
relation to the amounts of
Ayan.
lives
Mr. Speaker,
and
point of
futures.
order.
Yan ho sila dyan sa House of Representatives. Pagka binabanatan na yung mastermind, nagpo-point of order. Hindi pwedeng banatan si Marcos Jr. Anak ng toko, akala ko bang malaya dyan sa House of Representatives?
That will be saved when
Majority
President
Leader.
Marcos leaves Malacanang. It took the deaths and imprisonment
Point of
Majority
order,
Leader.
Mr. Speaker.
to bring Marcos
Mga walang niya talaga itong mga siraulo.
Sr. to
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
My punishment is only
Anong point of order mo?
Mr. Speaker, may we recognize Chairman
Nagsasalita pa si Kong Barsaga. Anong point of order? Si Raulo ba itong nagpo-point order na to?
for the point of order.
Anong point of order nito si Raulo na to? Si Raulo ka ba, Brad?
Point of order.
May nagsasalita
Honorable JC Barsaga is JC
Mr.
Abalos is hereby recognized.
Mr. Speaker, may I be recognized? The respondent has already spoken. He has said that he has accepted the imposed
Ito pala. Si Raulo ka ba? Aso pala ni Marcos Jr. at ni Martin Romualdez. Huy, baka proponent ka din. Wala ka bang malitang natanggap?
penalty under the committee report. Therefore, I reiterate the motion to consider the adoption of the committee report and call the roll of members for nominal voting.
Mr. Speaker, I just
May nagsasalita pa. Bastos talaga itong mga to. Yan ba ang congressman? Si Congress Meow nga, unbecoming daw dahil nagsasalita sa admin. Yung bastos na meron nagsasalita pa, parang itong si Janet Garin. Yan ba? Ganyan ba?
yielded to the Honorable Barsaga. The floor is mine.
But Mr. Speaker, I have a point of order.
Majority
Okay.
Leader.
What's the point of order, Mr. Speaker? May I know from the chairman?
Mr. Speaker, as sponsor of this resolution, I have not yet yielded my time to the respondent.
Majority Leader.
If the chairman so wishes, he has his time, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Ayan.
Honorable JC Abalos is hereby recognized.
Ayan,
Mr. Speaker, I would like
Anak ng toka. Wala ito. Dog show.
to point out that as sponsor
Walang kwenta yan. Walang kwenta yan. Punta na tayo dito kay Congressman. Walang kwenta yan. Yung ano na yan. Galaw hula ni Martin Romualdez yan. Yung pagtanggal dito kay Congress Miao. Galaw ni Martin Romualdez. Rekta ho tayo dito kay ano.
Honorable Leandro Leviste, he is
Distinguished colleagues,
Ito si
ang boto
Congressman
ko
Leviste.
ay no, hindi dahil perpekto si Congressman Barzaga,
Yan.
pero dahil questionable para sa akin na minadali natin itong desisyon dahil ngayong hapon lang natin nakuha ang committee report na ito at si Congressman Barzaga lang ang sinampahan ng kaso ng Committee on Ethics. Ang boto ko ay no, lalo na dahil inuuna natin ang kaso niya kaysa sa mga mas seryosong isyong
Nako.
kinakaharap ng isa
Matindi
sa mga
to.
kasamahan natin.
Oh.
Isang kapwa kong Batanggenyo na nandito ngayon na bumoto sa kaso ni Congressman Barzaga.
Oh.
Hindi ba nakakahiya maging miyembro ng Kongreso dahil parang naging normal na meron tayong isang kasamahan na inakusahan na nagbayad para sa mahigit 100 billion pesos ng mga kontrata sa DPWH?
Naku
Para
po.
bang tinatanggap natin na normal lang magkaroon ng kasamahan na iniugnay sa pagnanakaw ng bilyong-bilyong piso na hindi iniimbestigahan na ng Committee on Ethics, Public Works o Infracom? Samantalang inuunan natin ang kaso ni Congressman Barzaga habang hindi man lang natin pinaglalaanan ng masusing atensyon ang mas mabigat na aligasyon, lumalabas na parang okay lang magnakaw sa Kongreso.
Nako.
Nakatala na sa kasaysayan na sa gitna ng matinding kontrobersiya sa korupsyon. Ito ang inuna ng Kongreso at parang lang walang mali sa ginagawa ng isa sa ating kasamahan at tayo mismo ay ngayon sumisira sa imahe ng Kongreso. Mahiya naman tayo.
Ouch! Ouch! Masakit yun ha, Congressman Leviste. Walakpakan natin si Congressman Leviste. No, meron silang Martin Romualdez, meron silang Gardiola, meron silang Gonzales. Lahat to yan. Inaakusang merong conflict of interest, nagnakaw, hinatiran ng kung ano-ano, pero walang Committee on Ethics. Pero itong nagsasalita, kaugnay dito sa mga kabalbalan sa pamahalaan, ayun, 60 days suspended. Palakpakan ng mga siraulo dyan sa House of Representatives. Next.
Majority Leader.
Mr.
Next.
Speaker, I'd like to recognize the Honorable Marcoleta for his
Ay,
explanation.
kung
of his
Marcoleta.
vote.
Honorable
Kung Marcoleta.
Marcoleta is hereby recognized.
Yan. Kung Marcoleta tayo, kung Marcoleta. Tapos nito, next video na ho tayo. Tapos
Mr.
na ho tayo.
Speaker,
Dog show na yan pagkatapos
distinguished
ito.
colleagues, isang mapagpalayang hapon po sa ating lahat.
Yan.
I rise to place on record this manifestation of support for Honorable Francisco Kiko Barzaga and to express my strong opposition to any move seeking his suspension from this august chamber. From Voltaire's philosophy of tolerance and freedom of expression, this line is often quoted, "I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it." The independence of the legislature ensures that members may speak fully, frankly, and fearlessly on matters of public interest. Honorable Barzaga's statements directed at alleged corruption within the government falls within the fullest and most urgent category of political expression. To penalize him for raising concerns on corruption, which the Constitution itself mandates Congress to check, is to subvert the very principle of parliamentary privilege. Mr. Speaker, 2004 pa lang po, andito na po ako bilang Chief of Staff po ng aking ama. Nakita ko po ang mga oposisyon na grabe magtuligsa sa administrasyon. Nandyan po ang mga magigiting na miyembro ng Makabayan Bloc na sila Saturo Campo, Lisa Masa, Joel Berador na talagang magigiting na mga figura ng oposisyon. Pero hindi naman po sila naharap sa mga ethics case, gano'n man sila kaanghang magsilita laban sa administrasyon. My dear colleagues, Honorable Barzaga is seated in this chamber because the people of Dasmariñas City, Cavite, placed their trust in him as affirmed through the ballot. Article 6 Section 6 of the Constitution states that members of this House derive their authority exclusively from the electorate. Ano po ba ang mas mabigat na kasalanan? Ang magmiyaw o ang magnakaw?
Nako.
Ano ba ang mas mabigat na kasalanan? Ang mag-video at mag-selfie at mag-post ng pagkadismaya sa gobyerno, ang isang batang congressman? O ang ginawang sistematikong pagnanakaw sa gobyerno? O at pagsimot sa bilyon-bilyong piso sa kaban ng bayan sa pamamagitan ng mga ghost projects? Ang mga posts ni Kong Miao ay mistulang alingaw-ngaw lamang ng saloobin ng nakararaming mga Pilipino. To impose the penalty of suspension is to overturn the sovereign choice of the people. That remedy is reserved only for conduct so reprehensible and destructive of the institution that it overwhelms democratic legitimacy. No such circumstance exists here. Honorable Barsaga's only act was to express his views regarding corruption in government, a matter of public concern central to democratic oversight. Let not the House of Representatives be weaponized against its own members. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Sino po mga susunod dito? Tingnan lang po natin ha. Marami dito mga ito. Dito tayo kay ano. Dito kay Congressman ano.
And to affirm the truth emerges
Kay ano, kay BH Party
only
List.
when... Maraming salamat po.
Kay BH.
Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize the Honorable Robert Nazal for his explanation.
Honorable Robert Nazal.
Nakaneral proyekto yun ah. Panibagong ano yun. Isa yun sa
Thank
mga
you, Mr.
papahirap sa
Speaker.
mga susunod na
My esteemed
henerasyon.
colleagues. While I acknowledge the profound importance of maintaining and enforcing the ethical standards of this House, my vote of no reflects two deeply held convictions. First, although the respondent's conduct was inappropriate, crass, and unbecoming of a member of Congress, I respectfully submit that the proposed 60-day suspension is grossly disproportionate to the offenses alleged. If he has indeed acted beneath the dignity of his office, then by all means, reprimand him, hold him to account. But discipline must always be commensurate to the transgression, and in this case, I believe this august chamber is responding with excessive severity. A reprimand being the initial and least severe action should have been the proper first recourse, especially where the conduct, while objectionable, does not involve corruption, criminality, abuse of authority, or behavior so grave as to render a member unfit for office. Second, voting no does not mean condoning his acts. It is instead a principled affirmation that fairness and due process are indispensable. The resolution before us does not specify the precise acts for which Representative Barzaga is to be sanctioned. Without such clarity, how can he meaningfully defend himself before the entire House? The most basic tenets of due process require that any member must be informed of the specific statements or posts deemed punishable before the harshest penalty, short of expulsion, is imposed. If this House demands accountability, then we must likewise ensure fairness. Otherwise, we undermine the very integrity we claim to protect. Finally, this vote is also my gentle appeal to this chamber to recenter its energy on the people's mandate. At a time when Filipino families struggle with daily concerns such as rising prices, job insecurity, health burdens, educational gaps, our primary duty is to ensure that their material well-being remains the central business of the People's House. Let us not lose sight of the urgent fundamental issues that affect every household we swore to serve. A reprimand would have been a balanced, measured response, one that upholds institutional integrity without diverting the House's focus from the needs of our people. For these reasons, I register my view that a reprimand, not suspension, would have been the appropriate, proportionate, and constitutionally sound response under the circumstances. Thank you.
Ayun na nga mga kababayan, dito na muna tatapusin ang ating reaction video. Maraming salamat po sa pagsupport sa PH Update. Mag-ingat po kayo lahat. Panlahat ng Pilipinas.